Now we're moving on to some breaking news. There has been movement on a reported three-way deal between Poland and the United States that would see Ukraine supplied with MiG-29 fighter jets. Now, Poland's foreign ministry says it is willing to put its entire fleet of the Soviet-era jets at the disposal of the U.S. But the U.S. says it wasn't pre-consulted on the move by Poland. So let's bring in DW correspondent Terry Schultz to help break all of this down for us. Terry, let's talk about this new development. Poland announcing it's handing over its MiG-29 fighter jets to the United States. They could now be sent on to Ukraine. How significant is this update?
Well, we have to see if it happens, Claire. Poland has announced it's willing to hand over its MiG-29s to the United States. We don't know yet whether the United States is prepared to take them, even though we do know this has been under discussion for days. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken confirmed that over the weekend. So we know that this has been something that Poland and the United States have been discussing. And of course, we hear from Ukraine daily that they need more fighter aircraft. Of course, they'd really like a no-fly zone, but that's not in the works at the moment. So we need to see whether this happens. As I understand it, the Polish government would then expect the United States to take over any of the roles that the MiGs are playing at the moment once they leave. So this is really a deal in the works, and we're seeing the negotiations sort of play out in public. So there are a lot of pieces still in play here.
And what is it about the MiGs specifically that makes them helpful for Ukraine's purposes?
These are planes that the Ukrainian pilots know how to fly, that they would know how to fix. If you send them newer aircraft that they haven't been trained on, that, of course, isn't much help. And this is, in fact, what the Ukrainians have asked for. There are 3 NATO allies with these planes. In addition to Poland, Slovakia and Bulgaria also have them. And the Polish government, in this announcement that it was willing to hand over its fleet, also called on other NATO allies to do the same.
Now, if a NATO country supplies Ukraine with fighter jets to shoot down Russian planes, won't Russia see this as a clear act of war?
I wouldn't doubt that that's what Russia would call it, but of course it has seen virtually everything as a provocation. NATO simply taking in new members from Eastern Europe is a provocation. Ukraine existing as an independent country is a provocation. I think that the Russian government would say anything being done to help Ukraine fight back is a provocation. At the same time, the West and NATO have said that Ukraine deserves the right and the equipment to defend itself. It's been heartbreaking for everyone to watch what's happening to Ukraine, even as NATO decides not to step in itself.
Our correspondent, Terry Schultz, thank you so much for joining us with that update.